BC, Icky Blossoms, my friends, my dogs. New album coming later this year. Wednesday. I think I'll riff a little bit from what I posted yesterday. Really love hearing from everyone. And yeah, it's the message, not the messenger. It's the information that's important. I, for one, went through the period of spiritual materialism, of seeking and thinking that certain people or certain places or things had something, you know. They do, but it's the message, not the messenger. Someone asked me if I know about Eckhart Tolle. Of course I do, you know. He's a peer, okay? I'm as special as he is, as special as the person who asked me if I know about him. We're all special. This idea of guru, think about the word guru. Everyone can use guidance and help, but everyone in their own time can guide and help. You ever think about that? So everyone has the potential to be a guru to themselves and to others. I mean, the way the word is spelled, G-U-R-U. The idea that we need other people's permission or validation to feel all right is a scam, and it's still being used to control people, to hurt people, to keep people in check, and it's a lie. You know, one of the things that I continue to feed in my life is the idea that I can live in this world according to what I see, according to my dream. You know, it's not my dream that going to the marketplace is the best thing that man could have done. You know, I have long questioned it, and I question it now. Like, it appears that many people don't question. People just live. We get jobs, we get married, we have kids, we have debt. We just do it without questioning it. I've been questioning it the whole time. You know, to me, it is not a given that man was supposed to come down here and populate the earth and make things to trade, sell, and buy with one another. That's arbitrarily what ended up happening with how we, you know, organized ourselves on this planet. It doesn't mean that that's hard reality. We could have made and can continually make other choices about how to live. So I'm just glad I'm not fooled by the idea that reality is hard reality, you know. It's just what we have dreamed up and what we've been doing for the longest, you know, and a lot of it doesn't make sense to me, you know. Insurance doesn't make sense to me. Kings and queens don't make sense to me, you know. Subjects don't make sense to me, you know. The fact that people need guidance does make sense to me. The fact that all people are not created of an equal mentality and physical functioning makes sense to me, so that some people need the aid and help of others. But I don't like the idea and don't agree with the fact that these people who get help are seen as less than those who are helping, or those who pay for the help, or those who own everything. I just think that shit is fucked, you know, and this is the way that our world is, and it seems like great numbers of people just go along with it, not even ever questioning it. And I just question everything. I have a right to be happy, and I'm glad that I know what makes me happy. It's not things, it's my approach to the things. It's how I interact with it. It's what I make of a situation, whether or not it brings happiness, joy, sadness, or whatever. I collect records, but the records are not the happiness, okay? It's my interaction with them. It's my thoughts and feelings about music and records where the happiness comes from. It's not this, okay? That's why I keep saying that about money. I need money, and I hope to make some more money now. That reminds me that yesterday I went down to the gallery, to the Carver Bank Gallery, and took my a selection of my collages to get framed for this upcoming art exhibit that I'm going to have. It was very exciting. because I don't know what to expect, so I try not to expect anything, and as a result, I keep my expectations low. And I was really pleased at the ones that they chose to display. They chose one that I would have never have chosen, but again, art is in the eye of the beholder. They chose one of mine, what I consider one of my worst pieces, but they like it. The other thing is that everything is going to be for sale. The test pressing collages will actually be for sale, but the prices are going to start at $500. So what I'm saying is that test pressings of Dereck 2 and 3 are going to be available as art pieces here starting in June. I'll make a video about the art opening and everything and share it with you. But yeah, I need to get paid, and I'm making art, and these things are one of a kind. So I'm starting at $500 a piece for my collages, and I already have a couple of folks who've contacted me who are interested. So I know I'm not barking up the wrong tree here. I know that I'm not deluding myself, thinking, oh, he made these collages and he thinks he can sell them. Well, yes, I can. Yes, I can. A further continuation of the whole idea that we live in the mind. There may be someone thinking something along the lines of what I just said about me, but I don't know that because I can't hear their thoughts. So I don't give. I'm gonna curse. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I'm living my reality, and that's the thing that I think that's more people need to understand and stop allowing others to bully them. Or maybe you'll stop bullying others if that's what you're doing. Or maybe you'll stop blaming others for your unhappiness. Maybe you'll work on claiming your own happiness and seeing yourself in a new way. You know, just to wrap this up, because it's not music much, but it's like it's on my mind. My friend Rich, who comes by, love the guy dearly, but he is a broken soul like most of us. And our visits do break down into therapy many times, because my friend holds on dearly to the hurts that have happened to him. And we'll be talking about something completely unrelated, and then he'll just go into like a stare like this and relate some horrible event from his childhood where somebody slighted him or put him down, or and I asked him, what are you doing that for? What are you getting out of that? We were talking about this and he brought that up. What's that got to do with anything? What are you getting out of it? It's not up to me whether or not his eyes open to what he's doing to himself, but as a friend, I'll make observations when I see him doing it in my presence. It's like, what are you doing that for? You know, those events are 30, 40 years ago. Has anyone insulted you recently? Has anyone tried to attack you recently? So what's the payoff? Going back 45 years to dig up that pain again. What's the payoff? I'm working hard at not doing that shit anymore in my life. I know this isn't much about music, but folks, as I've said in other videos, I have a lot more to share with you than talking about music. And when you look at the main people on the main stage of the world, all they're talking about is personal gain. You know, our so-called leaders don't care about us. They never do anything for the benefit of the people. It's all for them. I'm not fooled. I see it very clearly. Here I am, poor as piss, need to sell some records so I can keep the roof over my head, and here, what am I doing? I'm talking about things that really matter, you know, to me, and trying to be helpful, you know. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's more important than making money, isn't it? Isn't it more important that we find a way to make life work on this planet? That's why I have just nothing good to say about people who are just about wrecking this planet for profit. They all suck. They have goodness in them, but they're not doing good things. Okay? It's just where I'm at. You know, it appears to me yesterday that I had one, and it looks to me like the person is a paid spammer. I had one comment that it sounds like paid government spam to me, you know, saying that they don't get it, you know, and what they try to do is take and isolate one part of what I was talking about, and that shit doesn't work over here. It may work for dummies. It may work for stupid politicians and people that are focused on material things, that you can hornswoggle them and fuck them up by taking part of what someone said and put it out of context and start some shit. But it's not going to work here, because your motivation and is just obvious to me. You're not trying to help nobody. I swear, I think the person is a paid spammer, you know, and that stuff is, I'll give it a value, you know. Paid spamming, throwing doubt when people are trying to find some light, that's not doing something good. That's real reprehensible. That's low, and it makes me want to cuss a lot. That shit is low. We need to help each other instead of trying to just get something off of each other. You know what I'm saying? I could have spent this whole video trying to get you to buy my record. I could end the video trying to get you to buy my record, but I'm going to stop here because this is more important, people. Talk to me. Isn't real life more important than just making money and fooling people so you can get something from them?